Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshack here, and we have the final pieces of Zerg being put together. We got some Warlock Zerg cards here. So far, Zerg has been very aggressive and a lot of damage flying from these cards. And we'll see if Warlock follows the same suit, or maybe we'll have more of a control style Zerg deck. I was hoping we'd see like a giant Ultralisk or something insane like that. Big Ultralisk Demon Hunter did sound cool, but we'll see what happens with Warlock. 3 mana location here with 3 durability. The Ultralisk Cavern. Okay. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. Okay. Death Rattle. Summon an 8/8 Ultralisk with Rush. Okay. So this seems pretty good. Dealing 1 damage to all enemies for 3. Little slow. It has 3 durability, so it's going to take 6 turns, to get the 8/8 Ultralisk online. However, I'm sure there's going to be cards that synergize with this. The 8/8 Ultralisk obviously is very powerful. It's going to be a Zerg. It's going to be able to clear something. Putting a lot of stats on board very early on with the Cavern is going to be sick, but there may just be some card that works in tandem with this to allow you to get that Ultralisk online even faster. However, this does seem a little slow because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the 1, 2, and 3 early game that I don't know if dealing 1 damage to everything is going to keep up with what we have going on in this particular meta. So we have a 1 mana consume, remove 1 durability from a friendly location, restore a health to your hero. Obviously very good. So you play the 3 mana. It's gonna be slow. You're gonna deal some damage. You're gonna heal all the damage you took in the early game, and you're gonna remove a durability. This is kind of weird because we haven't seen locations that you want to just cycle through their durability. Generally, you want to use your locations for the power that they have within them. Most of the time you don't want to ruin your durability because of the death rattle of summon an 8/8 with Rush. Consume works well. Also healing 8, that's almost a third of your total health for 1 mana. However, you do need a location, and if you don't have a location out, this is kind of bad. I wonder if this would have been too broken if you would have pumped this up to 2 or 3 mana, instead remove 1 durability from a location. So if you didn't have a location, you could remove it from your opponents and still heal, and it would have cost a little bit more mana. Because at the moment, you run 2 consumes, you have locations, you don't draw consume, the location's too slow. Or if you draw 2 consumes and no location, it's a dead card in your hand. So when you have stuff like this, and the whole point is to summon an 8/8 with Rush, best case, you get an 8/8 on turn 4 if you have 2 consumes and 1 location, which that's the high roll, right? But I don't know if the high roll and the payoff is worth running all of these cards in your deck. It just seems kind of like what could be considered inconsistent. I would like to have seen a little bit more flexibility in regards to the location and the consume, at least for my play style. But it does seem really good if you do draw it all. And obviously with the other Warlock locations, I'm pretty sure you don't want to their durability, right? So it's really just the previous location of the Ultralisk Cavern with the consume. Next Warlock card's a 2 mana 1/6. Taunt, can't attack, has +3 attack if you control a location. So running location, very important. So the Ultralisk Cavern seems pretty insane, obviously, in this deck. And then also the other location, the 4 mana 1, which can copy a minion, right? Because then you could this would be a 2 mana 4/6, and then you could use that to copy, because that's also a decently sized minion. Again, requires locations and decks that require certain cards to be good. Generally, you just want cards that are good, and then they synergize with other cards that are good. So Warlock looks like they got this short end of the stick here. Like, maybe it's really, really good. This doesn't seem nearly as good as some of the other class cards that we've seen come out of this expansion. Along with, there is that neutral location that summons Zergs. So also you can coin the neutral location, and then you can play Spinecrawler, and it's a 4/6 on turn 2. That's just a lot of stats, so maybe that's just good enough. Maybe you're just like big stats early, and like 2 or 3 minions to put poke on is good enough, and then you end the game with like some mid-range stuff and then draw into Kerrigan. But I don't know. The reliantness on the locations is what's bogging me down here. And especially you have a card that's like a 1 mana heal 8, which is good, but you're getting rid of the durability on your location, which you want to extract value from, unless it's the Ultralisk, which again, you only run 2 copies in your deck. So it's kind of like, I don't know, a huge fan of this. But maybe I'm just being me, and maybe this is like really interesting and cool, and you guys think it's good as well. So as always, guys, we got more cards to cover soon, and happy whatever the hell day it is.